Hi guys, what a beautiful morning, and it's around 8 a.m. and you probably can figure it out, I'm on my way somewhere. So we're going to Arezzo, guys, a place known for its artists. Actually, it was the birthplace of Piero della Francesca, or Giorgio Vasari, or Guido di Arezzo, also for its Roman architecture. Although Arezzo is a city of Etruscan origin. Anyways, I hope that, as always, we'll learn something together. I hope that one day I'll not have to run for a bus or a train, and then I'll leave on time. And I hope that you'll enjoy it. I visited Arezzo I think 8 years ago, but didn't have time for anything. So now I hope I'll be able to show you guys and also see all of those places of interest myself. So I think that's enough. This introduction has been pretty long, so soon we'll be boarding our train to Arezzo, and within 31 minutes or 41 minutes it will take us to this beautiful Tuscan town. See you soon.
I arrived in Arezzo by train. The railway station is located close to the history center, making it very easy to explore the city on foot. Arezzo is well connected with other cities in central and northern Italy, especially Florence, which is less than an hour away. Arezzo is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in Tuscany. Its origins go back to the Etruscan period, around the 6th century BCE, what it was known as Aritim, and became one of the 12 major Etruscan city-states. In 311 BCE, Arezzo was conquered by Rome and later flourished as the Roman city of Arezzo, famous for its high-quality red ceramic pottery, known today as terra sigillata. After the fall of Roman Empire in the 5th century CE, Arezzo passed through Gothic and Lombard rule before becoming an important medieval commune in the 11th and 12th centuries. In 1289, the city suffered a major defeat against Florence at the Battle of Campaldino, marking the beginning of Florentine influence. By 1384, Arezzo was fully absorbed into the Florentine state and later into the Medici Grand Duchy of Tuscany. During the Renaissance, Arezzo became an important cultural center, producing figures such as Piero della Francesca and Giorgio Vasari. After centuries under Tuscan and then Habsburg rule, Arezzo became part of the unified Kingdom of Italy in 1861. In the 20th century, the city was damaged during World War II, but carefully restored, and today it combines its ancient past with modern life. The Basilica di San Francesco was built between 1290 and the early 14th century, following the arrival of the Franciscan order in Arezzo. Although the exterior is simple, the interior contains one of the most important Renaissance art cycles in Italy, The Legend of the True Cross by Piero della Francesca, painted between 1452 and 1466. Rather than following a strict chronological order, the frescoes are arranged thematically, guiding the viewer through a complex visual narrative that begins with Adam through King Solomon, Queen of Sheba, and Emperor Constantine, and ends with the recovery and triumph of the True Cross in Jerusalem. The story is based on medieval legends describing the wood of Christ's cross and its journey through history, linking biblical events with imperial and political power. What makes these frescoes revolutionary is Piero's masterful use of mathematical perspective, balanced geometry, and controlled light. Figures are calm, monumental, and perfectly proportioned, placed within architectural natural spaces that feel rational and timeless. Light does not dramatize emotion, but instead creates clarity, harmony, and volume, giving the scenes an almost sculptural quality. Because of this cycle alone, the Basilica di San Francesco is considered one of the most important sites in the history of Western art, making Arezzo a true pilgrimage destination for art lovers. Piazza Grande has been the social and political heart of Arezzo since the Middle Ages, developing mainly between the 12th and 14th centuries. Its unusual sloping and trapezoidal shape reflects the natural terrain of the hill on which it was built. The square was once used for markets, public executions, and civic celebrations, and today it still hosts festivals such as the medieval Giostra del Saracino. The many coats of arms and emblems visible on the surrounding buildings represent powerful families, guilds, and institutions that govern the city, turning the piazza into a visual record of Arezzo's political history. Santa Maria della Pieve is one of Arezzo's oldest churches, first documented in 1008, though parts of it may be even older. The church is a masterpiece of Romanesque architecture, famous for its richly decorated facade and its unique bell tower, nicknamed the Tower of 100 Holes, because of its many arched openings. Inside, the church houses important medieval artworks, including a 14th century polyptych by Pietro Lorenzetti, showing the artistic transition from Gothic to early Renaissance styles. The Palazzo della Fraternita dei Laici is one of Arezzo's most striking historic buildings, rising directly in Piazza Grande and combining Gothic and Renaissance architectural styles in its facade. Built in phases from 1375 through the 16th century, with later refinements by architects including Giorgio Vasari. The confraternity itself was founded in 1262 as a charitable institution and still exists today. And the palace reflects its long civic and cultural role in Arezzo's history. Over the centuries, the building has served many purposes, including housing the city's tribunal in the late 18th century, and after careful restoration, it now houses the Fraternità Museum, with collections of paintings, sculptures, drawings, and historical objects that span from the 14th to the 19th century. The museum was reopened to the public in 2010, giving visitors insight into Arezzo's artistic and civic history. What makes its site even more special is that visitors can climb up to a terrace overlooking Piazza Grande itself, offering breathtaking panoramic views of the square with its surrounding monuments, rooftops, and Tuscan hills beyond. A perfect spot to appreciate both the scale and the beauty of the city's historic center.
Okay guys, so it's time for some coffee and pastries. I would say that if I had to choose 7 wonders of Italy, I would definitely include Piazza di San Francesco and the frescoes. Absolutely stunning. If you like Renaissance art, I can totally recommend it. The ticket costs €9, but it's definitely worth it. One of the most beautiful churches. I'm talking about, well, maybe not churches, but because I'm not talking about the architecture, I'm talking about this, art. One of the most beautiful frescoes I've seen in Italy. So yeah, now I'm gonna enjoy these pastries and coffee, and I will visit, I think, one more church and the fortress if I manage to climb up in 37 degrees. See you soon.
The Cathedral of Saints Peter and Donatus was constructed between 1277 and 1511 on the highest point of the city. While the Gothic structure dates from the Middle Ages, the facade was completed only in the early 20th century, giving it slightly different appearance. Inside, the cathedral preserves stained glass windows, Renaissance frescoes, and the tomb of Pope Gregory X, who died in Arezzo in 1276. The cathedral reflects the city's religious and artistic importance over several centuries. The Fortezza Medicea was built between 1538 and 1560 under Cosimo I de' Medici as a symbol of Florence control over Arezzo. The fortress was designed both for defense and for intimidation, replacing earlier medieval structures. Today it serves as a public park and cultural venue, offering panoramic views over the city and surrounding Tuscan countryside. Arezzo still preserves fragments of Etruscan city walls dating back to the 6th century BCE. Medieval towers scattered throughout the city recall the period when noble families competed for power and prestige between the 12th and 14th centuries. These structures show how defense and status shaped the urban landscape. The National Archaeological Museum of Arezzo is named after Maecenas, a Roman patron of the arts born here in 70 BCE. Located in a former monastery, the museum displays Etruscan Roman artifacts, including sculptures, inscriptions, and ceramics that document the city's development from ancient times through the Roman Empire. Honestly, totally worth it. Basilica di San Francesco, €9. Palazzo della Fraternita dei Laici and Museum, €9. Coffee and pastries, €4. Supermarket lunch, €5. Total, €27 without train tickets. What can we learn? Arezzo shows how art, history and politics intertwine, from Etruscan origins to Renaissance masterpieces. Even a short visit, 5 hours, is worth it for the medieval atmosphere and Piero della Francesca's frescoes, some of the most beautiful in Italy and the most stunning I've ever seen. And before you go, a quick plug. Don't forget to check out my upcoming podcast, Italia Inside Out, available on Spotify, where I'll dive into Italy's hidden gems, fascinating history, and local stories from every corner of the country. See you in the next adventure. Keep dreaming, keep exploring, and keep living your best life. Ciao.